Hi all, Hal here with more Space Engineers. And yeah, we've been busy. We have added the docking arm, we've gotten that welded up, we've got a supply line out there, we've even put some filtering into the system. And most importantly, the utility ship is actually finished. So, we're going to get this thing going, we're going to start heading out that way, but first we have to get started. So let's go. So happy Monday, everybody, or I should say happy New Year's Eve. So, oh yes, it's been a long weekend. So I've been letting the assemblers and refineries and stuff run. As you can see, that is not an error. The components are empty because we have actually transferred things over to the new ship, over to the utility ship. Now, one of the things that we have done is we have taken some of the resources that were on station, and those have been moved over. So we left ore, and we took just various types of ingots and things, so that we'd have it. And what we're going to be doing today is we're going to do a little bit of an update, tell you what's been going on around here. We're going to get that ship over to that asteroid. The reason for it is that asteroid has iron, uranium, and ice, the three things that you really need for a base. So we're going to build a shipyard over there. We've been talking about building a large station, and that's where I want to build it at. So yeah, anyway, that's a thing. Now, for the folks who haven't been here for the last couple of videos, just to show you what's going on around here, we've gone ahead and built this new docking arm. What you can tell here is this is all new as well. We just put in some cargo lines earlier today, and we set that up over there. Let me take you out here. So what we did is we made everything. Let me rephrase this, or start. Let me walk this back a second. So, as you know, I've been trying to keep things more accessible, so you don't have to use jetpacks everywhere as long as you're in a gravity field. And since this asteroid is actually in the gravity field for the planet down below us, I figured it wouldn't be a bad idea to have walkways out here. So one of the things that we did is we let Bob basically weld everything up. So now we have the paddle, that the landing gear on the side, basically what we're using as a docking collar, now has a place to connect to. If you back this thing in so that the starboard side is able to dock here, it puts it in position so that there's a connector now on the back of the ship right here that little connector relates to. And so what we've done is, now that we have that set up, we can actually drag finished goods over to the new ship. Now, let me show you what we did here. So you come back over here, and we got a conveyor belt, conveyor connector here. So we have a sorting block, which will allow everything but ore out to the ship. And then on this side, there's actually a sorting block right here that only allows ore. So what that means is that finished goods, once they go out, are basically only eligible or only available on that ship. The idea is that once we get the shipyard built, this is going to be our primarily our refinery system. We're going to expand out the refineries that we have in place so that we'll be able to produce, to more quickly produce processed materials, such as, or specifically refined goods, such as, refining the ores and things like that. So this connector is actually going to come out. That storage box will stay, because I think this is just iron in the first one. So I'm not really that worried about that. We did add a second, I think this is gold. I don't remember now. I think it's gold. Let's see here. Yep, gold. So we did add a second refinery here, and what we're going to do is we're going to add 2 more. So we're going to have 4 refineries of each material type all the way up. And then, like I said, we'll leave iron and... which one are you? Let's see here. Nickel. Okay. Yeah, so we'll leave iron and nickel mostly solo, and what I think I'll do is I'll probably run piping over here and then have a second nickel or maybe a third nickel refinery over here as well. Like I said, I'm not really worried about iron because it processes so fast and we've got some ridiculous amount of it. But I do want to get like 3 or 4 of all of the other refineries online, and I'll do that off camera. Basically, we're just going to repeat what we did here, where we'll have it run over into the first system and then basically be able to pipe it across. I may need to do some mining over here too, but that's okay. So that's the longer term plan. And then we have our bulk assemblers. So basically what will happen is in the future we'll have that ship there basically going out, gathering resource, bringing it back, and dumping the ore out into the refinery system and pulling the finished goods, such as, you know, the ingots or maybe even processed goods, out of the system and taking those over to our base, where they'll be used in the assembly of new ships and other equipment. Sorry, my throat's a little sore today. All of the wonderful weather extremes we've been going through in California, it's been playing havoc with my throat. Excuse me. Alright, so you've seen what we've done. You've seen where we're going. Oh, one of the things that I changed, before I forget. One of the things that people had talked about was the back of the ship, and for the old shuttle. So we've updated it a little bit. We put a ramp in, which is, you know, 1 block away from the ground, so that we don't have to worry about it locking into anything. I would like to see this walkway mod to be updated with a half ramp for both upper and lower, because having it with a half ramp would make it give us just enough to be able to get up there. Because see, like, these are half blocks, and if you time it right, you can jump those. So if you had a half ramp or half stair here, you'd basically be able to run and jump and get up onto this thing completely. So if anybody is up for modding, there's a mod idea for you. Alright. Now we do have it set up so you can actually walk all the way up here now. And because of the way that everything is placed, if you have extra ships, like a small scout or something that you're just docking over here on these half blocks on either side, you'll be able to get out and basically get down to the ship without having to use hydrogen. So if you're in a situation where you're out of hydrogen, or you don't want to burn hydrogen for some reason, you can get up and down from there. You know? And the reason why I left it 1 block is so that as long as you have just a couple of units of hydrogen, you can just go up and you get here immediately. So makes it a little bit useful. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and close this up. No reason to leave that open. That done, that's done. You're missing gold and silicon, but that's okay because we have a bunch of silicon. We don't have any gold. I just realized we're out of gold. Okay. I only had like 1.6k gold that's over on the other ship. I think that is everything. So we're going to come over here. One of the things you can obviously tell is that I did paint it. I haven't settled on the paint scheme yet. But it works for now. All right. All right, let's get in here, close this up. There it goes. All right. So we have done some decorating. We now have a small relaxation area. You've got some video games, gym area. Everything's overlooking the reactor rooms on both sides. Oh, we got a place to sit over here. You got some workstations for food. If you go out here, now I still haven't set up that office in here that I was talking about setting up. I will probably do that off camera, because I may just need to load one of the mod packs that I don't currently have, but we'll see how that works. I haven't really decided quite yet what I want to do with it, so I may just end up putting, actually, do I have a desk? No, I don't have a desk. Okay. Let's just scroll through really quick. Nope, not seeing anything that I would actually put in here. Nope, okay, that's fine. Everything down here is finished. We have our med bays. As you can see, I have been color coding some of the stuff. Basically anything that's industrial or primary line is this safety orange. Anything that's specialized, like this is only the oxygen, so it's white for the med. It basically ties together. Over here, this is all done, and then we've got our batteries. Everything's complete. Alright, so let's get upstairs. We're going to head over to the new asteroid, because I want to make sure there is actually still uranium over there, because I don't remember if that was the one that I strip mined or not. So, yeah. Alright. So, let's go ahead and swing this beast around. And we're going to head on over. Look at the acceleration on this thing. Isn't that awesome? Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do a quick cut. I'll bring you back once we get over to the new asteroid. And we get situated to figure out where we're going to build and how we're going to build. Alright, so we'll do the quick cut and we'll be right back. And we're back. So, yes, this is the one that actually has a large deposit of ice. It's, as you can see, I've just mined into it. We pulled out, I don't know, like 700,000 or something like that. Almost 1 million. But the other thing that you need to be aware of is that now that we're out of the planetary envelope, we are getting drones and things spawning. So I was talking about adding a few defensive things to the ship. I'm not planning on putting like large turrets on it, but we are going to put the chain gun or minigun turrets on. And do I have steel plates? I do not. Alright, so let's grab some steel plates really quick. And this is the nice thing about artificial gravity. Okay. We'll go ahead and grab a bunch of this, and we are going to grab turrets. We want Gatling turret. Where are we going to put these? So I want these out of the way. So put one there. Put one there. Can't really put one on the bottom. I may end up putting a couple in places that I wasn't really expecting to place them. Sure, we'll do that. This one there, that gives us... Now the idea is that these are really just anti-fighter, anti-missile defenses. They're not really intended to be anything more than very rudimentary, very basic defense. So you... we can't put there. Yeah, because like I said, when I built it, I wasn't really planning on having any massive amount of defenses on this thing. But it would be nice to have a couple. Let's see. You know what we can do? We can do that. Yes. One there. So we do one there, we do one here. That gives us 2 on either side, 2 on the top. Does leave us fairly exposed on the bottom because of the fact that, so if I wanted to place one of these are basically a 3x3. It's the same size as the large reactors for the collision box. So by placing it here, it would, in theory, well, it wouldn't be in theory, technically it would clip into the planet or whatever you were attached to. So I'm thinking we're going to leave those as they are. I might see about sneaking one back here somewhere. I guess, I don't know, it should be okay. What are you missing? Grids. That's okay, I think we can make them. We brought nickel, right? Let's go ahead and make, I don't know, like 100 grids. I know we have nickel and cobalt. I'm not too worried about that. You, however, are going to be a problem because that means the 2 at the front will need to be welded up manually. A few more grids. Come on, grids. You can do it. I love using the inventory. So nice. Am I able to... Why am I not able to... Are you overlapping? Because you're there. You're there. Huh. Interesting. Mining hauler is on his way in. Alright. Turn the light here so you can see. And everybody should be up and running. Alright, so everybody is up and working. We're going to do... Let's go 500. Because like I said, it really is just missiles that I'm worried about. We don't have meteors coming in. Don't really want you targeting large ships. Definitely not character stations or neutrals. I guess, you know, because if it gets close enough to be an issue, this way it'll at least be able to try and target the weapon systems. One of the reasons why I brought the aiming radius into 500 is so that it saves ammo, so that if something is buzzing around at 600 meters, I don't want it wasting the ammo because it's really only highly accurate at about 500 meters or shorter range. So, yeah. So we actually have some defenses now. Okay, not too bad, right? Let's see, we've got nickel. Right. Yeah, nickel, uranium's over here. I don't know how big that uranium deposit is, but I thought we had more uranium in here. Man, you can't see anything. All right. That's all iron. I mean, it's not like we need a whole lot of uranium. We really just need enough so that we actually are able to keep our energy supply running. Okay. Let's see where we at for solar here. So far, we're over there. So far it's been going that way. So for those who don't know what I'm doing right now, what I'm doing is I'm waiting to see how the sun is moving. One of the things that you can do is if you're looking at horizontal or vertical based on your position, you just basically put the sun at the edge of your screen. And as it moves, as it transitions, you can see which way it's going. And you can start doing lines, you know, basically trying to calculate trajectory. So if we do this, all right, so it looks like it is moving like that. Yeah, okay, so that is going to be, this angle is going to be the plane of the galaxy. So what we're trying to do is figure out where's the sun orbiting, so that when we go to place our first block, we'll be able to build our base around the idea of being able to continue to pull power out of here. Alright, so if we go, let's see, that's going that way, so if we go alright, so yes, it's orbiting in that direction, which means we're going to want to place our pylon for here. Let's see, so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make sure that we are on the same planar axes as the sun. And that looks pretty good, actually. Should be close enough. Because what we're going to do is we're going to end up building a solar farm. And that's one of the first things I want to do is get the solar farm up and running. And then from here, what we'll do is we'll cut into the asteroid a little bit. How many is that? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. We're going to do a couple of rotors. Direction of the rotor doesn't really matter. We're not in a gravity field, so we're not too worried about mass currently because there's no gravity. We don't need to worry so much about the replacing solar panels. All right. So if we do that, and we go 1. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 8 blocks. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 blocks. That will give us a 4 by array. No, we're gonna, because I like having a little bit of style on mine. You don't actually have to do this for yours. But like I said, I like just having a little bit of a more stylized finish. Now you do want to be careful when you're placing these. Not for any reason other than because if you set them rotating, it's a pain. You have to basically reset everything in order to get them set up the way you want them. Alright, so we're going to set these. There we go. And we're going to go and we want that should be yes. Okay, I did count properly. That's always important. All right, there. And then basically all I'm doing is I'm just setting up a very large solar farm. I brought enough parts to do, I want to say 20 solar panels, I believe. Come on. That's the one thing about when you're placing these things. Alright. Alright, so that gets us there. No. But now you can see why I was so worried about making sure that we're on the right plane for the solar 2 track. And I needed it up high enough to be able to clear all of the terrain so I don't have to go through and do a bunch of terrain modification, because I personally hate trying to do terrain leveling, because if you're not in creative mode using the hand tools, for those who don't know, they basically have like a hand of God tool that you can use for doing terrain fills. The people who do the Machinima style videos, they use it a lot because it allows you to build exactly what you want terrain wise. So if you're looking for specific details, you can actually do that. I tend not to use it because it allows you to backfill, which is awesome. But at the same time, it's basically creating something from nothing. And because you can choose what type of material you're using, like if it's grass or stone or ice or whatever, it allows you to cheat a little bit, which is why I don't tend to use it. All right. So that gets us a solar array. And then what we will need to do is I'm going to do this as close to here as we can get, because we're going to go GPS from current position. Somewhere in here, there it is. Solar tower. And then what I'll do is I'll use this as a reference point to basically drill into the asteroid behind it. Awesome. And we're going to have... I don't know where we're going to build internally. But we now have at least a waypoint on here that for references, or for reference purposes. And because we're going to continue off of that, everything, when we put gravity in, artificial gravity in, the plane of the gravity should correspond to the plane of travel, or roughly correspond to the plane of travel of the sun, so that we'll actually be able to keep everything oriented the same general direction. It makes it a little bit easier for people when you're dealing with your building stuff like this, because then you don't have a because in space there's no up and down. Everyone knows this, right? It's all relative to your own particular orientation. So what we're doing is we're trying to build a system that keeps us oriented to the same general plane as the galaxy at large. Okay, so if you're going behind that, so you're going there, so it should, basically we should have perpetual power off of the solar array. Okay. Okay, so what we need to do now is let's take a quick fly around here. Got some ice in there. That is a lot of ice. I might actually install the hydrogen generators. But it's not like we won't use them, or it's not like we won't use the power that they generate. Alright, so you're going to be oriented like this, basically. There's a crap ton of iron right there. Alright. I'm thinking... got all the resources on this side. Alright, let's see where the resources are. And because you are connected, we don't need an antenna to see the resources. So yes, it looks like all the resources except for the nickel are on the other side. So if we build on this side, that will probably work. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to do something ridiculously stupid. So this is either going to be absolutely brilliant or ridiculously stupid. I'm not sure which way it's going to go yet, but we're going to give it a try. Okay, we need to set up the second beam drill. Let's do this. For the bow, we're going to go, just to keep it consistent. All right. Also makes it easy to find. So what we want to do is we want it to turn off the stone collection, 800-meter range, and we want this to be a slightly different color, I think. And our secondary, let's go 255, 210, 0. And we could go like that. And just to show you what that's going to look like. Yeah. Oh, you know what we don't have? We don't have a camera out there. I need to put a targeting camera. Alright. I know a bunch of you are probably sitting there going, how? Where's the camera, buddy? Oh, alright. Come on, there we go. So I figured out if you stand next to the door and look slightly to the side. Oh, nope, it's not going to do it now. There it is. There's a spot that if you stand, it's actually really easy to hit that little door panel. But I keep forgetting exactly where it is. There we go. And we want you to be like so. Remember that little metal bar that you see at the top of the camera? If you look at the outline of it, that tells you where the text that says camera is, and the little dot in the bottom left corner tells you that that's basically where you want it to be so that it's oriented. So when you're looking through the camera, it is on the same orientation as you. Alright. So let's go ahead and get this. Actually, I need to grab parts because that's too far forward. Because I keep forgetting to put a bulb up front here. In fact, you know what? Let's go ahead and do that while I'm thinking about it. You should be there. I keep forgetting to put Bob in. There we go. And where are you? Let's put... Bob right there. Simply because we can. And I may actually come back and put a second one in. You know what? Let's not think about it. Let's just do it. So we're going here. We're going to go build. We want the... You are starboard. You are port. There you go. Now you two. Come here, buddy. We're going to have you... Yes. Build new, help others. I'll leave you in walk mode, build before grind. I'm not going to adjust the colors set right now. We're going to turn those off. Actually, yes on grind. Actually, let's go hack only. And we're not going to worry about... but we do want to set that down to 10%. And turn those on. Okay. And we want to close that door. Close that one. And yes, I could run through the ship. And funny thing is when I'm not recording, I actually tend to do that, where I will, I'll actually go through the entire ship. I have not really stopped to think about that before. All right, so now we have our camera, hopefully done. Come on. There we go. So let's turn that off, get rid of that. And Mining carriage, not worried about it. Okay. And this way, if we hit any resources, you know, what are we gathering anyway? Not gathering iron. Well, I guess we are gathering iron. Okay. And we have a hole straight through the system, or straight through the asteroid now. Alright. Let's go ahead and get out of the seat. And I'll show you why we did this in just a second. If it'll let me out of the ship. Ah, let me out. Thank you. Alright. There we go. So, what we did is we basically used the bow cannon, the bow drill, to punch a hole through this for us. Which, yeah, a lot of iron in here. Nice. And then what we'll do is, see, we've got the solar tower right there. And we'll need to fine-tune this a little bit. But I wanted to make sure we were far enough back that I'll be able to get here without cutting the tower free, which is also one of the reasons why we haven't applied any materials to those solar panels yet. Look at that. You don't get much better than that, buddy. I mean, that is pretty damn close. Look at that. Okay. Now, what we can do from here is we're going to go like that so that we can get this thing wedged in. And we just have to wait for... I really hate those things. It'd be nice if you could turn that crap off. Just the floating debris like that. I mean, I know you can set it to a minimum of 0 or a maximum of 0. You're not going to be close enough right now. But the big point is that we now have it actually anchored into the voxels, so we don't have to worry about it floating away as long as we don't destroy it. Now we're just going to come down here. There we go. But see what I'm saying? It's like, it wouldn't be so bad if those things would disappear. I mean, they do disappear, but you know. Alright, so I think that's going to get us started, at least for today. I want to thank you all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to throw them down in the section below. What we're going to do here is just build this down into our initial platform area. And this is where... Oh, I forgot. I have mag boots on. But yeah, this is basically where we're going to start building from. We'll hollow out a few things. I'm going to build... I don't know if I'm going to build out from here or not. I may build an arm out from here. So what I need to do is, now that we have the beginnings planned, or at least the beginnings in place, we're going to probably put a small room up here, which will have our like our batteries and things to keep everything running. But I'm thinking that this is going to be just a general access area, and we'll end up hollowing out a good portion of the asteroid. And then down here, maybe, like, have it run out here somewhere so that we end up with a docking arm and maybe habitation or just like offices, whatever, over on this side. We'll see. We'll see. All right. So if you have suggestions or comments, feel free to throw them down in the section below. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe. If you want to be kept up to date, be sure to ring the bell. And if you like this episode, make sure you hit that like button. Not only do the likes and the comments help the channel to grow, lets me know that you're enjoying the content. Well, like I've said before, that's what I'm here for. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic New Year's Eve. Have a fabulous New Year's party and day if you're going out to party this evening, or if you're staying in and partying. Hope it's a safe and fun time for you, your friends, and family. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Alright, so we have a lot of excavating to do. Let's get this done.